Two unemployed actors. Two unemployed actors. They're just between projects.
Welcome back to Two Unemployed Actors. I'm Max.
I'm Sam.
And today's show, by the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media. Today's show, I've got an update on the feature film I'm trying to be a part of.
Yes.
And a couple of interesting stories.
Let's hear them.
That are typical Max stories. First of all, the role that I went for in this, well, the role that I've been offered, this minor role, we're talking 2 pages, 80-page script, a father,
Yes.
in this micro-budget Newcastle flick. It's turned into the possibility of playing another role that's a bit larger. So I've just got to sit down and actually do, I've actually got to do the self-tapes. So I can we can see sort of what settles better, where it settles. Because he looked at one, there's a scene I did with Dane Noonan, when it was directed by Anthony Brandon Wong, and he liked that. He watched that, so he managed to stalk me enough to find some stuff that sort of said, "Hang on a minute, he can play Jeremy." So
Very cool.
So it's still ongoing, still up in the air, but we're there. Paid as well. I confirmed that. I'm like, well, what's your budget for this role? So just to make sure, you know what I mean? Like it sort of puts you up on another level.
Yeah. No.
In terms of the type of work. So speaking of getting work, I got the jab. I got the vaccination injection.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I'm in that age bracket.
They insert a chip into you.
Got to be something better about being old. Finally, I'm standing in the queue, and to be honest, I thought like I wrote off the afternoon, going like I'm just gonna be there forever. Hour and a half, door to door, not too bad.
Nice.
So while I'm in the queue, still working. Like I applied for a couple of jobs on the right fit, and by the time I got to the end of the queue, I got both jobs. One, a voiceover.
Nice.
Voiceover job of like a few videos that I'm voicing over the top of.
Yep.
And the client said, the voiceover guy said, "Yeah, the client loves your voice. I sent him one of the videos you did for me recently." Oh, okay. So I looked it up, and sure enough, I'd worked with them before. And then the other one's acting gig. So happy. Both corporates, so both pay well. But you know what? So look, I'm happy. I'm in the queue. I got my jab.
Nice.
Couple of jobs. And the universe is nice and even. One voiceover, one acting. Happy days. But then I got this message, and it came through StarNow.
Mm-hmm.
The message. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Because it seemed a bit suspicious. Okay, I'll read it out to you. This strange job opportunity.
Here we go.
In the subject of the message, headshots for internet site. Hi Max, I'm mature, want younger face for internet site, strictly legit, $100 for an hour in a Sydney Park, hotel. If any interest, David and his mobile number. There's a few things there. Firstly, he's gone, I'm mature, with mature in all caps, just in case you get scared. He's old, right? And for internet site, a semicolon, strictly in all caps, legit, Legit.
You don't have to say strictly legit if you're legit.
And then in the Sydney Park, hotel. Is he saying park hotel, or is he saying in a park?
Or a hotel.
So,
those are 2 very different locations.
I mean,
what does he want to do?
What the? So
he wants to take headshots of you?
You now know as much as me.
Yeah.
I then
he wants a younger face as well. That's
who is this guy that wants to meet someone in a hotel room for an hour?
Or a park.
Because that says a lot. I looked at his profile. David's got 2 photos. No casting calls or anything that he's put up in the past. Nothing.
Yeah.
And only 11 profile views. So like this is a guy who's just out of nowhere emailing people on StarNow.
I'm going to call
asking to meet in a hotel room /park.
I'm going to call it now. StarNow's going to send a message, like an email out to everyone and be like, we've taken down this blah, blah, blah. And it's going to be that guy.
You are spot on.
It happened.
Because I'm writing this for today, for the show, because I do actually sometimes prepare. And I
More so than me.
not that it makes a difference.
Yeah.
So I'm writing it out, and I'm like, this is really bad. Like this is not in any way good. I brought up the message again on StarNow, and I just pressed report, and I wrote in the comment, he actually wrote a message asking to meet in a hotel room for an hour, and like just press send like that. I mean, that's enough. And within an hour, I had an email back.
Wow.
Literally at 1:52 p.m. saying we're working on your case. We're working on it.
Working on your case.
1:52 by 2:17 p.m. So
Yeah,
we're talking like 20 minutes later. I get an email going, we have removed Mr. David Seddon. I think he had David S. as viewable, but David Seddon is his name. We've removed his profile from the platform.
Yeah, okay, so they figured out that he was
appreciate your... It's like, that is well dodged.
There's a lot of people out there.
That is well dodged. And we've both promoted StarNow as a way to get up there and get involved, whether it's looking for... student films to help with your showreel and help you get experience, paid work, all that sort of stuff. We've both spoken so positively about it.
I think 95% of the time it is, but
Absolutely.
like with every social platform, there's going to be people who get on there and aren't legit.
There's the 1%ers. What is really good is my gut feel was this is off.
Good.
And it was correct. And then I put my hand up and said, guys, this doesn't feel right. And then within minutes... gone.
Yes, StarNow's good.
So that is fantastic. That just reinforces the fact that it is a professional platform, that these sort of individuals can really stand out.
Also, the guy didn't really
and they
try.
be dealt with quickly.
The guy didn't really try, did he?
What my concern is some people who will take the bait, like I'm just, because there's a lot of unpaid work on StarNow. I know I filter by paid just to start my cert, and all that sort of stuff. And so when with a bit of experience now, like I've got for different things, for voiceovers, different to acting, to photographic work, all that sort of stuff, I have a minimum to work for, and that sort of gets rid of all the rubbish, all the, for $100 and you get exposure, and they'll use all your photos for in perpetuity. You know what I mean? And you spend a whole day there trying to get this, and you got to bring your own wardrobe, and it's like it just removes the amateur stuff. And the charlatans, because you're at the proper rates. And yes, you could probably get more lower paid rates, but doesn't mean it's going to make you more money in the end. So the other thing, it's a really interesting point for me to sort of say and remind everyone that use your gut. Like if it doesn't feel right, or if it feels too good to be true, and that's a tough one in this industry because, getting a job that pays money is great. If it doesn't feel right,
don't risk it.
Yeah, don't risk it. Ask questions. And when we say don't risk it, there's ways to minimize the risk. Ask lots of questions. What work have you done before? Can I see the work? Where are you based? Is it a studio? Like what's going on? Have a little dig online. And you'll probably end up
tripping them up if they're dodge.
Exactly.
So then you'll know.
Exactly. Have a look online. Is it a production company? Where are they based? Take a chaperone if you're not sure and you want to go to the audition or casting or whatever. Bring a chaperone. They should be absolutely, if they're professionals, should be absolutely fine with that. There should be no issues whatsoever.
Yeah. And sometimes you may figure it out a bit late. Like you may message back, be like, "Yeah, this is great," and then they send something odd or ask for your details.
Go to hotel room number such and such. And
that's okay. You don't have to. You're not with StarNow. You're not contracted into anything until you sign a contract.
But it just shows these people are out there and they can get. Whether it's on the platform or you're applying elsewhere for work, just remember to listen to your gut and ask a few questions, and don't forget you can always take a chaperone, bring a friend, whatever, just to help if you're not sure. You know what I mean? And ask someone else's advice. But as you're out and about and you listen to more of our episodes and you're doing more stuff that's industry related, you're going to be built up in your experience, so you'll be able to get a message like that and go straight away, that's bullshit.
Yeah, you can have the ammo to
Exactly.
Do that
so,
shit.
wow, good old David Seddon. Nice try, mate, but no points to you.
Yep, no one responded to a guy named David Seddon.
Boom, gone. There you go. That was,
It'd be funny if he legitimately just wanted to do headshots in a hotel room.
The word legitimate in that sentence is the one that stands out.
Or a park.
I mean, God, help you.
Why? What was that? I don't even know.
Oh, there's so many things wrong with the whole thing. So,
many
but
things.
having said that, like I know I got caught out, almost got caught out once. I did through one of the platforms. I can't remember. It might have even been StarNow, and it was a job for a corporate. That's right, for a telco, and they wanted to propose this business solution to the board of a major telecommunications company. And by filming segments, it was an easy way for them to sort of represent some of the key features and benefits in a nutshell. That's really straightforward. And I got the call sheet the day before, and the price was fine. Everything's fine. Yep, no dramas. It's only internal. It's not for advertising, so no dramas. Day shoot, call time 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, no worries. I can do that. And knowing that there's no script in advance, none of that stuff, like, it's not, not even a big, hefty presenting to camera with a teleprompter deal. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine, no dramas, we can do that. And then, so I turn up at 7:30 a.m. I mean 7:25. I make sure I'm there, I'm organised,
on time,
trying to find that it's an apartment block. Okay, a bit weird, whatever. But anyway, called the number of the runner. Yeah, we get there, and it's the room they're using to set up. Yep, there's camera equipment. There's, okay, so it's legit. It's great. It's all feeling more comfortable. And then, look, we don't actually need you until about 3:30 when we move to the next location. I'm like, okay, no worries. So I picked up my stuff.
And it was what, 7:30 a.m.?
7:30 a.m. In Redfern. So anyway, picked up my stuff. No dramas. Okay, well, I'll see you at 3:30. Just confirm the address again. Yep, it's in the city. It's this location. 3:30 p.m, no dramas. Let me know if there's any change. Of course, they messaged me saying they're running late, blah, blah. I'll see you there at 4. Okay, no dramas. So I turn up at 4. We go up to the floor where they actually got their team members working and bumped one of them off their desk, and there I am with the headset on. And we want you to act as though you're taking a call, you're in customer service, and you're running through some of the features and benefits. Here's a few quick lines. There's a page they give me, and there's all these bullet points. I'm like, okay, what do you really want me to hit in this? Here's the 3 that we really want you to hit, but okay, no dramas. And feel free to give me direction while we're going is my take. So action, sorted it out. The camera is a handheld, and it's just basically tracking me as they move around. So I'm there. I mean, headset's not plugged in. I'm chatting away, Oh, I happen to blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then I don't forget to mention this. And I leave a pause for the edit, and then mention whatever it is I want to mention. And then mention this way. Okay, mention whatever. And the whole time nodding and doing the whole thing and mindful of where the camera is and where my line should be. And done. 15 minutes. And then they did some over-the-shoulder stuff and some B-roll. Okay, no dramas. All right. Is there anything else you need? No. Okay, brilliant. Thanks. Out the door by 5. So all in all, it's like an hour's work, less really. Yeah. And the next day it started. So I got this text message and it said, oh, look, the clients asked just to change it to just the 1 hour. So your hourly rate will be this, which was a third of the fee that we'd agreed moving in. Yeah. So I'm a bit pissed off because the last thing you do in business is change the goalposts after it's like you both signed the contract and then we're going to change it after that. No,
you can't do that.
We both agreed this is the price, agreed in writing. Moving forward, as long as I keep to my end of the bargain, you keep to yours, there should be no reason why it should be any different. I'm pissed off too that it's over a text message. Like, oh, by the way, we're going to pay you a third of what you agreed to.
Yeah.
But the business guy in me is happy that they're so stupid they're going to keep putting it in writing, which is great because that just helps me.
They put it in text.
You're a fucking idiot. So I've responded. I know, right? I've responded and gone, actually, I don't have an hourly rate. I've got a project rate. For example, for this project, for you to use it in perpetuity for training only, this is the rate which covers me in the day. And
which is the one you agreed on,
Yeah. And it came out, but the clients suggested that I said, look, there seems to be some confusion. We've agreed on X amount.
Yeah.
And just because you used me for 1 hour in that day, that call
day rate.
sheet isn't mine. That's not my mistake.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they booked me, booked the other person that they needed, and they booked us both for a day rate. And then realised, even doing the call sheet, they've effed it up, and I'm turning up at 7:30, and it's only then they realised, shit, we only need Max for the afternoon, which turns out to be an hour. Well, you only need me for an hour because I know what I'm doing, right? I'm guiding them.
Did you say it to them or not?
Well, I'm kind of yelling at the phone. Like, because I'm, you have to do one shot because I'm pausing, you have to go again and again, action, take after take, say it this way, say it that way. I'm listening to the direction, we're rolling, I'm taking the direction while we're rolling, which was my idea.
Yeah, you're efficient, yeah.
And I'm like, this is what you're paying for. And I responded, in the message I said, you put me down for the day. I was there at 7:30 in the morning, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you didn't need me for the day, that's not my mistake.
Yeah.
She paid me for the day. Came back with another objection. I can't remember what it was. Fuming. I've gone back and said, okay, let me spell it out for you.
This is all over text, yeah.
Let me spell it out. Which, again, I'm annoyed. Like, come on, this is at least phone the guy to tell him you're going to cut his balls off. Don't just fucking text it to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, come on, what do you think I am? Seriously, I got really angry for all the actors who get fucking shortchanged on set or after a job.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, you had it all.
I'm going, you will pay me 100% now. I am so angry.
Okay, so she came up.
So I've come back and I've said, well, what this means is by paying me for that rate for that project, I know that I'm working, you have me for that whole day. Whether you use me for the day or not is your mistake.
Yeah.
But that's a day that I'm not going to auditions. I'm not doing other work because I've blocked it in my diary for you.
Yeah, true.
As we've agreed.
Yeah.
Because you fucked up, and I didn't use the word fuck up, but basically because you made a mistake.
Yeah. And
realised on the day that you only need me for a few hours, again, that's not my mistake. To be honest, that won't change my project fee. Yeah. Because the output is still the scene that you needed, that you talked about.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter how long it takes.
I just thought it was a bigger budget, 15 crew, and it would take a half a day to 3/4 of a day to shoot the scene. But it's one guy on sound, one guy with a camera over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Who was also directing, and it took an hour to get 15 minutes of stuff. And they all, in the edit too, when I did get the edit, they used one of my profile photos, which I didn't give them permission to use, because they could scroll on the app and then you can see, here's Max. And I'm like, just, fuming. So you sent that. So they said, oh, okay, yeah, we'll pay you the full amount. I'm like, wow, 10 minutes of aggro over text message. And I was professional the whole time. Like, I didn't swear at them.
You swore at the phone. That's fine.
I swore at the phone.
Yeah.
I didn't use all caps. I was very responsible. But,
not like David.
But I got my point across. Because I'm like, you can't...
Well, to be honest, if they did end up paying you only a third, that's breach of the contract. So you could have done something about it.
No, absolutely.
And they knew that. They must have known that.
Absolutely right. And what was interesting too...
They were hoping that you were naive or such a desperate actor that
maybe people will say, a
lot of people would be like, oh, that's fine, because whatever.
No way. And as it happened, I did not have an audition scheduled that morning. I had to bump it because...
Oh, you did have an audition?
Yeah, because
How long ago
But
was
I didn't
this?
tell them that. That's none of their business. I just said, you've got me for that day. I've blacked out the day. That's a day I'm not doing any other work. I'm ready. I'm there for you. Whether you use me for the whole day or not, it's your mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. If they only booked you for an hour, you agreed on something, that's fine.
Bastards.
But they didn't.
So
how long ago was that?
That was a couple of years ago now.
Oh, right.
But I guess the point is, even me with a bit of experience, I'm still there. And I've done the job, and you can still get those moments. You know? And I've had it a couple of times, especially doing voiceover job, where I'm like the last one. I went into the studio and recorded, blah blah. I sent them an invoice that day. I dated the invoice, like it's all blah blah blah. And then a month afterwards, that's when I send a reminder.
Yeah.
And I said, just to let you know, it's been 30 days. Here's a reminder. And on the reminder, when you open it up, it says, reminder, please pay within 7 days. And it takes a bit of a nudge. There's a few times where it's taken a bit of a nudge for a few people.
Yeah.
Because everyone's business standards are different. I remember while I was sending that was a recent thing. While I did that, a job I did within 7 days had paid me that day.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, so most often the production companies you work with, whether it's voiceover, acting, they know you're at the end of the line. You're the creative. You don't have 1,000 projects on the go.
Yeah.
You're not salaried.
Yep.
And your invoice means you've got to pay rent, you've got to eat. Like it's,
Yeah.
And we're not going to chuck you in the system. And generally if it says, look, it could be a 90-day pay period because we have to get paid by the business who then pay. Look, they'll disclose that up front and then I'll make a decision and bump up the fee by 10% or whatever if I have to because of that. Or if I want to.
Yeah,
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But it's full disclosure. So, look, even I can get into a situation where I'm having to have a hard conversation.
Yeah.
What was interesting at the time too, they said, we need to be able to pay you. We need you to go through this platform. And to get on the platform, you need to have an interview. Kind of like a StarNow, but one I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Based in Singapore, and it was a Zoom chat back before pandemic, before Zoom was a thing, with people, like a live interview, which I thought, okay, pretty solid. To get on this platform, I thought, well, I'm on another platform, like whatever. It's another one to maintain, but hey, if it gets me work, maybe it'll get me more work.
Yeah.
And I went back to them afterwards and said, look, take me off the platform. I'm just like, this is what happened. They asked to change the funds afterwards, blah, blah. I mean, even in the platform they maybe go through to had the contract and the terms and the money.
Yeah.
And they replied, very sorry to hear that, that they tried to change the budget. We didn't know, blah, blah, blah. Just bail out of that platform. Thanks. Let's keep a distance. Bad juju. So like even now, like just eyes wide open, and I'm still conscious of the fact that like I've walked away from one job going, I should send the invoice today and I should put on a pay within 21 days just so I can have an urgent reminder within a month. And just because I know I get a feeling that, this might be a bit of a while. Whereas, through the online platforms, well, that's why you're giving them fucking right fits 20%, because it's, they hold the funds in escrow and they release it straight away.
Yeah, yeah.
And things happen. Like I did, like the voiceover talked about through the right fit. Let's use that as an example.
What this current one you just
the current one. 4 videos. I've worked with them before. They know me. Here's the first script. Trying to get all the scripts at once. Can you do one at a time? Because it's more work if you do one at a time.
Yeah.
If I have them all loaded up together, I'm in and out in a couple of hours. And then it's maybe the next day doing some pickups for the client.
Right.
Because I couldn't pronounce some sciencey thing, which is what happened. He sent me an email going, look, can we do these pickups for the first video? Because the first video is fine. I replied going, I'll get to them today. No, actually, the first response I said, any idea when the next 3 scripts are coming? Because then I'll just do them all at once. He responded and said, because Melbourne's gone into a pandemic lockdown, they've postponed indefinitely the video shoot, and therefore the scripts aren't going to be ready anytime soon.
Okay.
But what I can do, if you can get me the pickups for the video 1, I'll, on receipt of that, pay for the whole project, including the other videos, knowing that when it comes, you'll be able to do that work. Great. I mean, it helps that I've got a history with him. It helps that we're through the platform.
Yeah.
And so, right fit get 20%, but I'm going to get 100% of my fee, even though I've done 25% of the work, knowing that as soon as the scripts drop, I'll be able to get on, and I will get on them straight away for the guy so that you can get client feedback. But I mean, that's, most of the time, everyone's very professional and very nice. It just makes those 1%ers stand out even more.
Yeah, and if they know how you work and know your work ethic and know you, then they can afford to do that.
Because he knows, like, Max, I've told him this is the fee, this is the deal, we're going to do 4 videos, I'll try and get scripts all at once for all you. Because they know how. And it's easier to make it for you, the easier to make it for him. Yeah. So, look, most people just want to get the job done to the best of their abilities, and that means getting the right talent on the right day, in the right mood, and the right amount.
100%.
But you've just got to watch those 1%ers.
Yeah.
Like David Seddon.
Like David Seddon.
You seedy gentleman. Use the word gentleman lightly there.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Anyway, look, other than that, well, a bit heavy for us. But
heavy
had
one
a
today.
good,
We needed one.
Good afternoon. I got another audition for tomorrow. And while that was coming in, I was on the computer updating my website. There was a few little links that were broken.
Yeah, cool.
So it's a photographic job for a tech company. So like internal training, non-advertised stuff, but a full day and a bit maybe shooting. So that was good. So yeah, it's been busy. It's been busy, but good. Yeah. Feeling better now. I've got my stage 1 of my vaccine.
Yeah. If you get 2, they put a tracking chip in you. So have you seen all those videos? People getting magnets attached them? I've
seen a few COVIDiots.
And
it's all a conspiracy. And they just want to control you.
You know the people who are saying that?
What?
They're anti-vaxxers.
Okay.
They have to be.
Well, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
I made that up.
All I know is I don't want to get sick. I'm the worst person to be sick. I don't get sick often, but when I do, you really don't want to be near me.
That's me too. No, that's me too. I get sick every 4 to 6 months, but when it happens, it's really bad.
I need the antibiotics with the warning labels.
Yeah. So instead of being a little bit sick a bit throughout the year, it'll be 1, 2 big.
And I don't want to get the virus. Who wants to get the coronavirus?
Yeah.
So if I get a vaccine,
it's not actually a vaccine,
isn't it?
No. So a vaccine, as you probably know, is bit of the disease that's dead or whatever,
Yeah.
But this is something else. That's what it's doing to your body is telling your immune system to prepare.
So if you get it,
it's actually
you better...
not technically a vaccine.
I got the Pfizer one. If that's right, I guess it's probably different to the AstraZeneca
I have
or whatever.
No idea.
There's Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and I think the Moderna's just been approved for Australia.
They're being quite ageist with these vaccines.
Because there's a 0.00001% that people below a certain age can get blood clot or something. But look, I mean, I'm just... What can I say? I'd rather get vaccinated than get sick any day.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading the other day someone who had it 6 months ago and they still have fatigue. They still get fatigue. They put the shoes on.
From the vaccine?
Yep. From the virus.
Oh, yeah.
And they...
I know
they get the virus. 6 months later, still got side effects. Still fatigue just putting shoes on. I'm like, God, as much as I hope I'll be the asymptomatic guy who just doesn't notice...
Yeah.
Well,
you should watch that. You should watch that documentary. I don't know if you've seen it on Apple TV or Netflix or whatever it was on with David Attenborough. It's the year the world changed or whatever.
Okay.
And it literally start of COVID. Not David Attenborough himself. He probably just did it in a studio later. But a bunch of crew and videographers went out while everyone was in lockdown, and shot how it affected the planet and animals.
Interesting.
And it's insane. For example, in India, you could see the Himalayas from the city for the first time in pollution. 30 years.
Yeah, wow.
Different breeding habits, all these different things, and it's amazing. And that makes me think even more. It's Mother Nature trying to rejuvenate
with lots
itself.
of adults in lockdown. There'll be lots of COVID babies.
Because if you think about it,
a breeding habit.
Coronavirus only affects the human species.
Yeah, so far.
Other ones can carry it, which is the perfect thing to kill us off.
It's
dark, but
we're not doctors. Listen to your doctor, but I'm telling you,
I'm a doctor in acting though.
Get vaccinated and have the virus.
We should call each other,
especially at my age. I'm vulnerable.
We should be Doctor Unemployed Actors.
Doctor Unemployed Actors.
Yeah, no, don't take it.
God.
Don't. Please seek medical advice. Do not take ours. There's the
disclaimer.
There's a disclaimer.
Oh well done.
We are not. Yeah.
So, what have you been up to, Sammy? Tell us a story. Tell us a Sam story.
To be honest, so starting this new job's taken over a little bit. I am waiting to hear from a few things still. I sent an email about that feature film concept again.
Yes.
I haven't heard back yet.
How's post-production going on that feature film you're in January?
Cooked. Yeah, it's going well. Actually, I'm helping design some T-shirts and phone cases and stuff like that. So
the creative in you,
yeah. So so Tobias, who was one of the actors in it, a very good friend of mine now, drew it all, hand drawn it. So he really is the designer in this, and then he's sent it to me, and I've digitally coloured it.
Okay,
working together, but he's done the actual graphic design of it. But it's going well. I haven't heard too much from the director, but last time I heard he has distributors approaching him. So
well done.
Very exciting.
That's great.
He's really, really pushing the marketing. He's approached. He's sent emails to every news outlet he can think of. all
Good on you,
these
because
Newcastle
you
ones.
forget sometimes, like, you've had this baby with you for so long, and then you get through production and post production. The first thing is the budget. You know,
Yep.
how much post can we do with what's
Yeah.
left, and
Yeah.
do I have to have a break before finish post? And
Yeah.
but to be thinking about distributors, that sort of stuff. I mean, even before you finish post, like it's so crucial, because it's one thing to have it, it's another thing to be able to sell it.
Yeah, very true.
You know,
Very, very true.
get your money back.
Trying to think of a story similar to the topic that we were talking about today. That you were talking about.
Getting taken advantage
Trying to
of.
think some weird stuff. Yeah, taking advantage of. Let's try and
The
think
risk to talent, because at the end of the day, you're a small cog at the wheel, and
Yeah.
we've said it before, where a big business, a brand has a budget, and within that budget, they'll get an agency to do something, and then the agency will come back with a concept, and then by the time the production company comes in and then they start casting, you're like right at the end of the line where there's like 10 cents left.
Yeah,
So
there's some stuff
It's
out there. Yeah.
crazy. And in perpetuity, I mean, there's a few of that around. Again, I think because I can now afford to be able to say, this is the minimum I'll do this job for, this project for example, that helps cut out all that sort of stuff.
Sure. And unless you really, really like the story and the character and it ends up being a student film, that's fine. But you make that decision in the present time.
Exactly. How about with Grant? Are you still doing workshops with Grant?
We haven't been to Grant for a while just because life's taken over a bit. But I messaged Grant the other day just to review my showreel. So
yes.
I put that up on Casting Networks.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to have a call with my agent sometime this week as well. So
great
stuff here and there. I got to jump back into it.
Yeah. When's the last time you edited your showreel?
Well, it's like the first time I put my showreel up, so this is recent.
Wow.
So it's ready. I can send it through
Get some
to you.
do that, because
Put it on Two
get some
Unemployed.
feedback from Grant and finesse it, and then show the agent, and
Should be good to go.
brilliant. That's
Easy.
a huge chunk of work.
Big
'Cause,
chunk.
Yeah, when you look at everything that you've done to make that show
Oh,
reel.
it's so hard to cut it down.
I know, right?
Like,
It's
it's
tough.
ridiculous.
It's tough.
Yeah.
What do you use to edit your?
I just use iMovie.
Okay.
Like, it's fine. You can't really tell unless you put text.
Yeah.
But it's iMovie.
Oh, good. Because you don't need, because that's what a lot of casting directors have said. Don't waste time having huge titles and supers and everything. We just want to see you straight away.
I just have my headshot, my name, and my agent and contact details at the end.
Same. Yeah.
Like
That's
final
it.
screen.
Yep.
It jumps straight into it at the beginning.
It's great.
It's actually it's quite intense beginning because it's me screaming in pain from Not Today. And I thought like it could go both ways. A casting director could watch that and be like, "Oh fuck,
Volumes
shit.
be
Oh,
loud."
God damn it!" Like, or they can go, "Oh," and it catches your attention.
Why
both-
is he screaming?
Both cases, it will catch their attention,
Yeah.
but different reactions. I'm taking the risk.
Take the
It's fine.
risk.
It works well.
Memorable.
Yeah, it works well.
Good
And
on you.
I've shoved up Indie Cannes Film Festival over the top of one
Okay.
shot for Not Today, so I thought that would be nice to shove in there.
We'll share it. We'll share it on our Facebook.
I will send it
Facebook.
through.
Do that.
Yeah.
You have to now because it's the podcast.
Oh yeah, this is live. I feel like.
You've
No editing. No editing.
you've been listening to Max
And Two Unemployed Actors. I'm
and
Sam.
on Two Unemployed Actors. Okay, hang on a second. We'll do it one more time.
You've been listening to because you go.
No. I'm doing different. You've been listening to Max
And Sam.
on Two Unemployed Actors. Make sure you subscribe and listen. We'll be back next week. Bye.
See you guys.
Two unemployed actors.